Richards. They are both moms and homeschool teachers. They have and continue to homeschool their kids. First question is, why do you do that? It seems like a lot of work. You've got the books, you've got the internet, but it would seem to be easier to just put the kids on the bus and say bye-bye and I'll see you in 12 years.
It is easier, and some of us have done it. My son did 5 years of elementary school, and then I brought him home to homeschool. It was for social reasons.
And how about you, Jeannie? Why did you decide to homeschool?
I chose to homeschool because my daughter was a very young 4 going into school, and I felt she would get lost. So we decided for the first year just to do it that way. She did so well that we kept on.
Florida, God bless Florida, we love it. The Sunshine State is also a homeschool-friendly state.
Yes, it is.
What does that mean?
That means that we are not bound to a lot of rules and regulations. In Florida, anybody can homeschool. You don't have to be a teacher. They don't tell us what to teach, when to teach, how to teach it. We just have to prove that we're teaching through portfolio review or through standardized testing.
As good as you are with your 2 and with your 3, are there some parents who should not homeschool?
Yeah. Yeah. You have to be committed to it. Be committed to doing it, make it a priority in your life. And as far as even homeschooling, if there's a parent who doesn't want to do it, say a mom or a husband, you both need to be really committed to it. I mean, if you're going to have dissension in your home, then you shouldn't really do it.
Let's talk about advantages and disadvantages. Advantages first. What are you getting by homeschooling your kids that you would not get by sending them to a public or private school?
We get to spend more time with our children. We get to build a really good relationship with them, and they have that with their siblings as well, because nobody's telling them that that's not appropriate.
I think the other thing is we get to control, besides what they're getting taught, is their schedule. Our family's an early morning scheduler, where you are an afternoon scheduler. So we get our schooling done in the morning, and we have the afternoon to do like field trips, our activities, like we do ballroom dancing, so that's in the afternoon. So that works out well for us, where it may not in a regular school setting. You
mentioned field trips, and I see the kids out here on the beach. Looks like they were on a stage. I would guess one of the criticisms of homeschooling would be that the kids never get out. They never get to socialize. But I see them out in the wild blue yonder even having a picnic.
Oh, yeah, they're very socialized.
Sometimes it takes over the day because we have so much that's going on that we have to stop and say, we need to make sure this gets done before we go do anything else, because there's so much time we spend out.
For whom is homeschooling? Who do you think homeschooling is good for?
It's for anybody who feels strongly about you have to feel strongly about it. It's a lifestyle.
Yes.
You need to be not satisfied with the school district, with the FCOT or the academics or the socialization of it, or you might be just looking for something different, or your children have one particular field they want to go in, and you can tailor their education for that.
Now, when you educate them and they've spent 12 years being homeschooled, do they get the equivalent of a high school diploma? Are they prepared for college? Are they ready to go on to what kids in more traditional schools are ready for?
I think that my daughter's a senior, and she's been dual enrolled at Edison since last year, and she's doing fine. So I don't think there's any issue with that at all.
Colleges look for homeschoolers.
Yes.
Do they really? Why is that?
I think because they're more adaptable, because they can interact with any age group, and they have no problem with interacting with people. I know for a fact that one of those professors at Edison that my daughter was taking with macroeconomics said that my daughter was a joy and delight to work with, because she overwent what she had to do. She stuck to it even though the class was extremely hard, and she said she was delighted. He said, I want you in my next class. Disadvantages,
before we bring in one of your success stories, who you know and love very well. Disadvantages of being a homeschooler.
One would be time commitment, because it is a time commitment, and the cost, because curriculum is expensive, and the fact that you have to make it a priority.
Let's bring in the one and only Todd Christie. You know him. He is one of your students, and he's one of your family members. Good morning, Todd Christie. Have a seat right here on the Morning Blend. We're happy to have you. You've been homeschooled since you were how old there, sir?
It was nice, about 6.
About 6. He went to public schools initially?
He did. He went through all the way through 5th grade. And when he was going to start 6th grade is when we pulled him out.
What would you say you've gotten out of homeschooling?
A lot more than I did in public school.
An advantage to being home?
Well, I got to spend a lot more time with my mother. I got to be able to spend a lot more time with my brother as well.
Yeah, your younger brother is also in your family and in your class.
Yep.
Is your mom a strict teacher?
Oh, no, she's very fun.
Yeah? Is she a strict mom?
I'd say yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, how many more years before he graduates from the school of taffy?
He has 3 more years. He'll
All
be
right.
dual enrolled next year down at Edison, and then he's on his own.
Hey, thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you, sir. Congratulations. There's some information on the screen if you want to find out more about homeschooling. I read that one of the pros of homeschooling is whenever somebody needs a hug, there's always somebody there to give them.
Oh, absolutely. We're very involved in
Definitely.
our children and their friends. Everybody knows everybody, which is really nice. We're one big family.
We are.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing this with all of us on the Morning
Thanks for
Blend
having us on.
family. We appreciate that. Carla.
Well, from learning in the living room to cooking in the kitchen, up next, I'm making a no-bake banana blueberry pie just for you and some of the firefighters.
More in your